Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. On this video, we're doing something a little bit different. So usually I try to go over the cryptocurrency news and what's happening and try to tie it into, how this affects you and your investments and everything like that. But today I actually met up with a guy. He's Brando from Bigger Than the Race, a really smart guy. He's here with us now, and he introduced me to this altcoin. I actually stumbled upon him on YouTube, and I'm going to leave all his links in the description so you guys can check him out. But he introduced, I found out through him this altcoin. It's called SingularityNET, or AGI, and it's he can explain a lot better than I can, but the way Brando has described this to me is that it is the ecosystem of ecosystems regarding artificial intelligence. So like I said, he can explain a lot better than I can. So without stalling any further, what's up, Brando? How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How's everything?
Everything's going great on my end. So let's start off just so the people can get to know you. You're Brando from Bigger Than Race. So where did your channel name come from, Bigger Than Race? Let's start there.
Well, okay, so basically, I'm a truth teller, and I look at my channel as things of all truth, and I talk to all kind of different people. So for me, I wanted to link everybody together because, the mainstream media is portraying the narrative of racial division, and for me, I don't subscribe to that channel. So I decided to come up with Bigger Than Race, which it was a channel that I had many years ago. And it seemed to take off then, but, through life, we go on our little travels and we might experience the dark night of the soul, and we come to find out what we're really meant to do. And, which is spread the message of truth. So Bigger Than Race came from just pretty much showing people that it's bigger than race. Okay, this is not just about the color of our skin. This is about where we're going and the truth that we should all be aware of, regardless if you believe it or not. Be open to perspective. So that's why we started the channel, to bridge everybody together and to bring messages that show that are bigger than the mainstream narrative that is perpetuated constantly.
Right. Because it is true. I mean, no matter the color of your skin, whether you're black, white, brown, purple, it really doesn't matter. Humanity as a whole is moving in a certain direction, and if we don't educate people on where that direction is going and how they're going to be affected, a lot of people can end up in a really bad spot. So I asked because I when I saw your name, I loved it. I was like, yes, like finally something that, a good
Right.
message. This is so much more than just, and we see it in the news and mainstream media now with all the division, and it's just playing on people's tribalism and their emotions.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think all things are needed, and what we do at Bigger Than Race is needed. What you do at Digital Investor is needed. And so I think it's just time to change the narrative and be open to new things. And this is kind of why this channel was started. We want to make people aware of everything that's going on in the financial world, in the physical world, in the spiritual world, in all aspects. And you're going to hear it from not just me, but people from everywhere. But of course, people like to hear about the cryptocurrency. So this is, I guess, what we're here today to discuss, one of these undervalued gems.
Definitely.
That,
So the one we're talking about today is SingularityNet and AGI, and I know you've done a lot of research on this. You've put together an entire video on it, which I'll leave linked in the description. But if you had to, so assuming my viewers don't know what this is, because I've put out tweets, I've put out polls. I'm like, show me your top three altcoins, and nobody ever says AGI. So if you had to explain to me, if I didn't know anything about AGI in just a couple sentences, how would you do it?
yeah. So basically, SingularityNet is the global artificial intelligence marketplace. It is the ecosystems of ecosystems. It's a protocol. It's the nervous system of the whole world's future AI platforms and artificial intelligence assistants. So without the SingularityNet, none of the artificial intelligence and artificial general intelligence can actually flow throughout the world in this new wave of doing things. I mean, because, America the world would never be the same after this global pandemic called Corona.
Right, right, and it's the singularity itself, right? Like that word also describes, once AI reaches the point where it's vastly smarter than us. I think, unless if I'm wrong on
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. They definitely want to make these robots human-like and beyond.
Right, and so we know that this is where they're taking us. We're going here, whether we like it or not. Like me personally, I'm not the biggest fan. It kind of scares the piss out of me, but I can't help where they're taking us, right? So with that said, I wanted to invest in something that had to do with AI. So through you, I found this project, and it has to do with AI. So I know we have our Twitter messages here, so we'll use all the links you sent me. So where should we start off here? Should I click the first link and we'll start off on digging there?
Yeah, you can click that first link, or actually, I would love to, if you can read this, what I sent you in the text before we
Gotcha.
dive
Read
into
this
that.
off for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what Brando sent me. So he says SingularityNET protocol is the nervous system of the whole world's future AI platforms and AI assistants. Anyone can spawn their own AI platforms or AI assistants and choose what AI services suits their needs. Much like adding apps to a smartphone, everyone will own a personal AI assistant which runs within its own private data secure AI platform spawned from SingularityNET codebase. Each personal AI assistant will leverage increasing and evolving AI abilities from the main SingularityNET marketplace automatically, and each platform will blockchain encrypt the user's data and never leave their personal marketplaces unless the user decides to share that data. Big tech platforms will offer AI assistants, but will also take all their data and use it to control their minds in many unforeseen ways. With SingularityNET, you will gain the power of a big tech's AI abilities, but stay fully anonymous and private. The human-to-computer interface of the past was a keyboard, then computer mouse, and now touch screens. The way everyone will use computers in the future will be through mixed reality or augmented reality glasses with voice and gesture controls overlaid into real reality backdrops. Man, that was an insane description. That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
AI assistants will be your interface between humans and computers. It will be near impossible to not use these AI assistants, much like the way we use smartphones now. It will increase the bandwidth and speed that humans can interact with computers, increasing human productivity and become a necessity like mobiles are today. Governments will create their own smart city artificial general intelligences running everything within their jurisdictions. In the same way SingularityNET can create personal AI assistants, it will also create sovereign, data secure, and personalized smart city AI platforms for all governments on the planet which do not want to be beholden to a big tech company's influence. SingularityNET is a unicorn of unimaginable importance. So I'm sure a lot of people are confused after hearing that. There's some things that I'll need you to explain to me a little bit, but you can definitely see how important this is.
Yes, I mean, you can totally see how important it is. It's going to be used in the infrastructure that it will be operating behind the scenes that we don't see.
Mm-hmm.
It's the technology that is going to breathe the life force of the Internet of Things, the Internet of AI. This is technology that has never been seen before by the masses. They've had it for a long time, developing it. And you can also kind of see that when they're propping things in front of you, like Sophia the robot, you can see where things are going. They're using predictive programming. So this same Sophia the robot is the same robot that was created by Hanson Robotics and also SingularityNET. So
wow. Okay. So SingularityNET is one of the forces behind Sophia.
Correct. And opencog.
And can you just explain quickly what Sophia is, just in case people don't know?
Yeah, Sophia is a robot. She's a humanoid, artificial intelligent robot. So basically, she can act and have emotion, and she can act like she's a human, pretty much. And you've seen her on being interviewed with Will Smith, Tony Robbins, on Jimmy Kimmel. Also, I think what's the other one's name? All these late night shows. Sophia has been around. Exactly. She has no hair. but please believe they have her in full hair and makeup. They always
Right.
right. They think of they operate with the art of war mindset. Appear far when we are near.
And she also has like I don't know if it's citizenship or like sovereign rights in a certain country, right?
Yeah, I believe it's. I want to say it's Sweden, if I'm
Yeah,
not
so
mistaken.
that's really insane because it's a robot. I mean, so like if you assaulted Sophia, I mean, you could possibly get like charged for it if she has considerable rights.
Absolutely, you'd probably go to jail for harming a robot.
I mean,
Right.
it's insane to think about.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about the technology behind it running in that intelligence, that robot, I mean, it's kind of really crazy to think about, honestly. And just picture we're gonna have many of these robots, and later down the line, they'll be assisting us with activities around the home, cleaning, bringing you your drinks,
Mm-hmm.
setting up your daily routine through the assistant. I
Right, like
mean, I've
time
seen
management and everything like that.
all of that. It's going to be, I mean, and we've seen glimpses of this through movies and television shows.
Yep, yep. Especially Netflix. Netflix is filled with their plans and everything like that. You go on Netflix, and I've seen shows where they're already shown autonomous vehicles where they're driving in cars and they're all sitting they're all facing each other in a vehicle, and in the middle is like a GPS thing, and they're pointing where they want the car to go, and the car is just self driving, and they're showing you what's coming, and it's probably not too far off.
It's not too far off because if you look around, you can see the 5G towers. And the reason why they need these 5G towers is because these 5G towers are going to help with the connections through the Internet of Things. So all of these vehicles, these lights, can talk to each other. These cameras will be able to know exactly what they're looking at, what's on the street. If it's a sidewalk, it'll say sidewalk, car, light pole. Yeah, all of these things have to communicate with each other. UPS is already doing autonomous shipping.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to take this to a world where we have autonomous vehicles on the street. We have autonomous packages being shipped and delivered. And there's a coin out there that is involved with this called DAV Network. And yeah, I mean, pretty much everything, they want everything to connect. So the reason why SingularityNET is so important because everything has to plug in the Singularity. I don't know if you could pull up that picture real quick that's on that article. Yeah, you
This one
see
right
that
here.
top one?
Yes.
Do you see? These are all companies that deal with artificial intelligence around it. Some of them you may have heard, even big companies like Domino's, Cisco, Pingon, Deep Brain Chain, Ocean. I mean, some of the governments. Everything is going to plug into this technology. And this is why this middle piece right here that you see is the SingularityNet and everything is plugging in, is because all of these little companies, I like to call this cars, they're vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
And SingularityNet is the freeway. So in order for these cars to move around, they need to drive on the freeway. So why own the cars when you can own the freeway?
Right, right. Exactly. Almost kind of like how with Chainlink, people are like, oh, look how Chainlink is connecting all of these. So this is basically connecting everything for AI.
This is an oracle. It's an oracle AI. Exactly what Link is.
Gotcha.
Chainlink is an oracle. And if
Gotcha.
you just think of that right there, you see how people are so enthused about Chainlink?
Mm-hmm.
Watch what's going to happen with the Singularity now.
And AGI has the same market cap as Chainlink as well, right? I think they're both 1 billion tokens.
Oh yeah, you're talking about market cap, or are you talking about the circulation of the coins?
Yeah, my bad. Circulation of the coins, the supply of the coins.
Okay, yeah. It's about 1 billion, and then they have 500 million in circulation.
Right.
So
And this
yeah,
is
you
two
can just
cents, and Chainlink is $7 right now as of recording. So
that's
everyone's
correct.
mad they missed Chainlink, and here is SingularityNet.
Absolutely. I didn't even, me personally, I didn't want to even invest in Chainlink. Something just kept me away from it. But, I'm happy for people that, are making money with it. But
Hmm.
there's plenty of winners out here that people don't even know exist.
Right. Okay. So we know that SingularityNet is basically the oracle for everything AI. It's going to connect everything. It's going to be the highway for all these companies to build upon the marketplace. So is there anything in this article that we should take a look at and read here?
Yeah, there is. Actually, let me find it for you. Oh, okay. I think it's with intelligence within everything.
All right, guys. So we're moving down the article. So this is under trusted intelligence and everything. I'll also, if I remember, I'll leave this article linked down in the description. So what's important here that we need to be looking at?
Well, yeah. Basically, since we brought up the Chainlink and how Chainlink is an oracle, and also showed you that SingularityNet AGI is a artificial intelligent oracle. I just want to touch on the economics of reputation staking mirrors Chainlink's trusted oracle framework, where users stake on service providers to create ensured trusted data feeds into smart contracts. Data is the new oil. So basically, in this new dimension that we're actually shifting into, uh, data is everything. Why do you think the fluctuations in price happen with oil, the traditional oil, the real oil? That's showing you that oil is not as important going into this new world. SingularityNet is creating trusted intelligence within smart contracts, IoT devices, which stands for Internet of Things devices, applications, websites, robots, smart cities, etc. With SingularityNet, every application can be upgraded into fully decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs, leveraging a mind cloud of AI reasoning abilities. SingularityNet will empower the fourth industrial revolution, where systems like robots will have no owners or controllers, but cheaply do work for society, like driverless cars, cleaning robots, delivery robots, etc. So on my channel, I would normally throw a bomb at the end of that, because basically what they're telling us is that this is going to take over. It's already being implemented. It's hard to fathom. I'm not a fan of it either, but I want to embrace the change and I want to make money doing it. I mean, we can't fight this.
Right, right. That's because I think I've heard Elon Musk describe it where it's Pandora's box and it's already been open. It's already been open. So now at this point, Elon Musk quote, if you can't beat them, join them.
Right. Even he said he was contradicting himself, and he said, "Oh, he doesn't like artificial intelligence." But meanwhile, since you brought up Elon Musk, let's talk about what he's been doing behind the scenes with Open AI.
Hmm.
And I know we're maybe jumping all over around, but if you understand, this is all connected.
Right.
And
But by the end of this, I think they'll if someone can sit through and watch this, I mean they're probably not going to understand it inside and out. I'd love to have you on for like a part two, maybe get like some more
absolutely,
structure into it, but at least like, you have to open up your mind to it and just realize that the project is out there and just keep it on your radar at the very least.
absolutely, I agree. So Open AI is another artificial intelligence organization where it is partnered up with major companies that we know who all have their own artificial intelligence divisions. You have Facebook AI, you have Google AI, the list goes on and on and on.
Hmm.
Okay? But see, everything starts with the opencog foundation, which is the brain. Then it seeps into, different connections through companies through that foundation, because let's say opencog foundation. I don't know if you can open up another tab and pull that up so they can see the opencog foundation.
Yes, sir. So here we have opencog is a project that aims to build an open source artificial intelligence framework. Opencog Prime is an architecture for robot and virtual embodied cognition that defines a set of interacting.
Right. So Dr. Ben Goertzel, the creator of the SingularityNET, artificial general intelligence. He's the godfather that birthed the AGI term, and he is also a founder of the opencog Foundation. And so everything, all these major companies are connected to the opencog Foundation, and they're connected in various different ways, like this OpenAI. Now, OpenAI, I don't know if you could go back into the partners to show them the partners of the OpenAI. It's in a link that I sent you.
Yeah, let's go ahead. So
It should be one it's the last one I sent.
Oh, okay, the partnerships on AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me get rid of these. There.
Yeah. So as you can see here, if we could scroll down, DI, you could see the partnerships that come through these organizations. opencog seeps into OpenAI and all of the other organizations and companies that are focused on AI-driven things of the future. So behind the scenes, they are now working on product that is going to be in our near future. And it's all utilizing artificial general intelligence, artificial intelligence.
And
the AIs.
Sorry to interrupt you, but these are some major companies. I mean, I'm seeing Sony, I'm seeing Microsoft, Intel, Google, Amazon. I mean, these are the giants.
The giants, the juggernauts, they're all in bed. And the kicker is all of these companies cannot exist without the singularity, the artificial general intelligence. The AGI is what makes everything real, and human can interact with it.
Now you're saying the AI side of these companies cannot exist without the singularity. That's what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Okay, it makes sense. Because so Singularity is the freeway, and these companies are basically going to be traveling down the Singularity freeway, building their applications on top of the SingularityNET Oracle.
Exactly.
Okay, makes sense. It really makes sense when you put it. Once you understand what an Oracle is, I think it's easy to understand. Like, oh, okay, this literally is the freeway of the entire machine.
Yes, and it is going to be huge, and that is why PayPal is working with them. I mean, because they've even just launched their marketplace, their AI marketplace, which we as humans are going to be able to purchase these different things. If you could play chess, if you're lonely and you want to play chess, you could play chess with the robot.
And the robot will probably talk to you as well. I bet it will get to that point.
your old lady won't even talk to you, but this robot will.
Wow, it's crazy. And I know for some people it might sound crazy, but it's not that far off. I mean, and Ben Goertzel, the guy we just showed, he wasn't he behind Sophia. He made her or had something to do with it as well. Because when I was pulling up the pictures of him, he was right there with her.
Yes, he. Listen, when I tell you this all connects. Hanson Robotics is a CEO of the SingularityNET. Also, Ben Goertzel was a chief of robotics at Hanson Robotics. They're both on the board at the opencog Foundation. The opencog Foundation has partners with companies like Cisco, and then there's 50 other companies that they don't give you the names to, which are all connected to the OpenAI and to that partnerships that I showed you. So they connect by association. That's why I always say 6 degrees of separation, because you have to look past the illusions and see what the connections are, because those connections will tell you everything. That's why they say they use the term, show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a devil worshiper and you hang around devils, I mean, what do you expect? You think there's gonna be some angels mixed up in there?
Right. Like here, I'm looking at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. I mean, I'm gonna have to do some more research on this because I wonder if this is linked to the actual Carnegie family. That would be very interesting.
You know what? If that is, you have just discovered something that I didn't even discover yet.
Yeah, that's because that's Carnegie's. I've heard of them before, but I'm pretty sure that family has a massive amount of old money wealth.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta look at that. I mean, because why would they be on this page?
Right, right. That's the thing. Like you look at all these partners and no one's talking about this coin, and it's like, why? Why is this?
Right. And it's man, it's crazy. So um like this, we can even go deeper into that article.
Yeah, let's go back to the article for sure. So here's one on opencog. Is there anything here that we should go over?
Yeah, you guys, they should definitely understand why opencog is so important. I mean, because you got to understand, it starts from these organizations. Like you have a holding company, and then the holding company breeds off the subsidiaries. But that holding company is running it all. So think of opencog like that holding company.
So let's check
And
out
think
this.
of
So opencog developers have been successful in dividing up the human brain cognition into programmable parts ready for embodied systems like robots or smart cities. Do you understand that? Like, how does this tie into smart cities in the human brain?
it's because of the artificial intelligence, the AGI.
So you,
These
so
these smart cities.
you'll be hooked into the actual smart city in some way with your brain, like a conscious
Yes.
mind.
And that's where the Neuralink comes into play from Elon Musk at
Right.
the Neuralink, because the Neuralink is going to tap into be implanted into your skull and basically connect to the SingularityNET. And so this is how things will be operating. Okay? So when you talk about where this is headed, that is where it is going.
Right. And if any of you guys are like at this point, I don't believe this. I've watched videos of Elon Musk talking about cutting into people's skulls and putting in this chip that will connect you to Singularity. Like you can, I'm pretty sure it's right on YouTube if any of you guys really want to look it up.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Nothing that we're saying here is false information. I'm very big on presenting facts. So anything that I talk about, you can double check, triple check it, and it's going to check out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Neuralink is connected to SingularityNet, period.
Right,
So
and
if you
then we
look
know
at
Elon Musk is also one of the largest backers of OpenAI. So their connections are everywhere. Their hands are all within this, entangled within it.
absolutely, they're not going to tell you everything, but the information will be placed out there for you to connect the dots. And if people want to think this is a conspiracy theory, I feel bad for you, because you are going to have an artificial intelligent, an AI assistant. We're all going to have them.
Right, here it is. Smart cities, social robots, robotic toys, AI, personal assistants are all connected to one intelligence platform, which we're assuming is going to be this SingularityNet.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
They already have partnerships with Disney, okay, to create robots of certain characters, like Elsa's. Imagine a little Elsa robot.
Mm-hmm.
This is already going on behind the scenes, and they are so near. They're not far. This has been happening for years, okay? Dr. Ben Goertzel has been working on this for, 30 plus years?
I'm not sure. The first time I saw Ben Goertzel was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and that's why when I saw that he was behind
30
this, I was
plus
like, hey, I
years.
know this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen him propped up everywhere. He was just even on a series on Netflix. I want to say it's I forget the show's name, but they were just on it, a Netflix series. I think it was episode 8. Look, if you scroll down to this partnership with Ping On Partners.
Ping On Partners. Let me scroll and find it. Oh, here it is. SingularityNet also partnered with Ping An and PICC, two Chinese insurance giants. Let's see. Ping An, one of the largest companies in the world, founded OneConnect blockchain initiative, which has seen adoption from all the top Chinese tech giants like Alibaba and Tencent. SingularityNet is well positioned to partner the OneConnect platform and onboard these tech giants in the future. So SingularityNet is going to onboard Alibaba and Tencent. SingularityNet decentralized platform provides Chinese companies the ability to offer services overseas whilst keeping their own legal frameworks. So how do we break that down for the average person to understand?
Well, basically, they're going to be utilizing companies like Ping On Alibaba, Tencent. They'll basically be utilizing the technology behind SingularityNET, which is the AGI, and utilizing that for the future. All things are data. Data is everything. So
Right.
these companies, instead of storing their data in the traditional ways, they're going to be storing it and utilizing the AGI for their artificial intelligence needs going forward.
And we can see here that, like in the picture depicted, it's the merge of a human with a robot, and I guess you could call that the singularity. I'm not sure what you would call
Yeah,
that once they finally merge.
it is the singularity. All things will be plugging into the singularity. It's one mind. So that mind will have different cars, humans, companies, uh, technology operating through it, which connects. It's like a hive. All bees go to the beehive.
Hmm.
That's where everything will be. This is why it has to be decentralized artificial intelligence, because if it was centrally controlled, you would have one person that's trying to rule everything,
Right,
and
right. So
it won't
that's a
work.
good thing. So this is a decentralized Singularity Net is decentralized basically.
Yes, it is a decentralized AGI, and that is why it is so important.
Right, because if we
And
had one super giant, like if Amazon came out with this and they were like, yeah, just trust us. I mean, you got to throw some red flags in the air at that point.
exactly, and they beat. I mean, he's been working on this. Dr. Ben Goertzel has been working on this for 30 plus years, so he was obviously ahead of them. That's why they all have to partner with him.
Right, right, because he designed the freeway that they absolutely need. And I
Right,
think
and that's
you've had Elon Musk talking about, we have to watch out for this. We can't trust people with this. It's Pandora's box. So they've already set up the narrative that they need a trustless operating system.
correct.
So here they're talking about a Disney accelerator, and you mentioned to me earlier, I don't remember if it was on video or off video, but their Disney partnership. So could you touch up on that a little bit? And if you need me to scroll anywhere on this article, just let me know.
Sure. So yeah, they are partnered with Disney through the Disney Accelerator, basically, which is going to breathe life to expressive and intelligent robotic Disney characters, which connect into a mind cloud where all the robots can form a hive intelligence, which is what we were just speaking of. So basically, just picture little Elsa robot interacting with your daughter and your kids, or picture the little old man from the movie Up interacting with you. So this is where they want to go as far as with the Disney partnership with Disney Enhancing Robotics, which is all connected to the Singularity.
Yep, and here they are. They're talking about. I remember when we were discussing doing a robot for Walt Disney, I kept trying to get them to do the little old man from the movie Up. So
Right.
it's crazy. They really want to do this. That's insane. And so you're saying
Yeah.
to scroll down to here it is, the Cisco System Partnership.
Yeah. And I mean, if you want to just read that off.
For sure. So Cisco and SingularityNet have been testing the platform on a smart city project with street camera. Oh man, street camera analytics. This has shown some impressive results. The partnership is still under an NDA, but we have seen a sneak peek at what SingularityNet and Cisco have been working on, and it could become a company-wide integration for many AI use cases within Cisco. In the video below, Cisco CTO Hugo Latapi discusses SingularityNet's combined smart city project in great detail. The SingularityNet AI is able to understand the physical spatial environment and also label its complex interactions automatically. The AI has also shown an ability to understand and adapt to random events, and you can watch the video below. So 10 to 15 years out is far too far away. I think we're going to see AGI elements come to play this year. Wow. And so this was said in 2019. My view is within a year, the ability of neurosymbolic driven autonomous systems, the agents, chatbot, or other kind of agents, we will see the true power of this neurosymbolic architecture come into play. Within the next couple of years, we will see tremendously intelligent agents come into play. I'm pretty convinced in 10 years we're going to have it as AGI. And I do know this isn't mentioned in the article, but I know that there's some AI that's beating and I think this was like a couple of years ago, but they're beating the best chess players in the world. An AI system is completely obliterating them.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if you scroll down a little bit, you can show them this little image of how this is going to work. And I mean, yeah, that. Okay. And they already have this in China.
Right, that's what I was just about to say. So this is like the Chinese CCCP system on steroids, basically.
Absolutely, and this will be all over the world.
So the camera will detect the crime because of how smart the AI is. So not only is the facial recognition, but if you're committing a crime, it'll automatically probably knock you for it, bring your social credit score down, and fine you for it, and maybe go to jail for it as well.
Absolutely, and you'll be arrested by police robots.
Oh man, this is insane.
Well, I don't know if that's true, but you know,
just speculation. All right, guys. So this article is very, very long, and we don't want to make this video too long. We're already considering possibly doing a part 2. So if you're watching this right now and you're getting a lot of good information from this and you want a part 2, just let us know in the comments below. If there's enough comments and it seems like the demand is there, we'll definitely do it. But we want to kind of move into the next thing now, which is the marketplace that just opened up. So Brando, would you like to explain this? Because I'm sure you can explain it a lot better than I can.
Well, yeah. Let's touch into the PayPal.
Oh yeah,
the connection with PayPal,
yep.
Which also breathes life into this AI marketplace. So basically, SingularityNET have fully integrated PayPal services within the platform, which allows users to buy services in fiat currencies and also allowing developers to cash out fiat currencies payments. All fiat payments will be linked to AGI tokens and smart contracts, which have been assigned from the liquidity staking pool. So that even goes to this marketplace right here. People are going to be able to purchase AGI tokens to interact and buy services from this AI marketplace that was just launched about 2 to 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So you can even DI, you can scroll down and show them some of the services that you can purchase on this website, the marketplace.
Yeah, like I think right here we have text summary. So input an article and receive a brief textual summary of the article. So it's like so we could take this long article here, plug it into the AI, this AI service, and it would break it down into exactly what we need to know. And I think with AI, now I have a software company, and we use AI and deep learning within that software company as well. And the way how it works with us, from what I don't develop or code on it, but what my coder tells me is that the more people use our platform, the smarter our system actually gets, the more data it holds. So I'm sure that these are probably going to work the same way, where the more people that start using them, the faster and more efficient they become. The better it's going to be able to decipher articles. The AI actually becomes smarter and smarter and smarter.
The network effect.
Right. And as it stores more data, it's like it's expanding its mind.
And it becomes more valuable. So the token, the AGI token, can reach to crazy enormous amounts per token.
Right. Let's touch on that. So why, if this is where does the token really come into place here?
The token comes into place where people are going to use the AGI token to purchase and interact with the marketplace. So in order to buy services, you need to have AGI tokens.
Gotcha. So all these services are only being able to be purchased with the AGI token.
If you click on one, you can see that they're charging you a specific amount per AGI token.
Okay, so this is that one AGI token for the demo?
one AGI token.
Gotcha. Okay.
But imagine it's going to increase. So, maybe because of the value of the AGI token, this one token may end up, like a couple Satoshis.
Right. And is there anything else that it would probably be used for other than within the marketplace? Would this be used like in the SingularityNET somehow?
I wouldn't say the token is. I would say the technology is. But I would need to do a little bit more research on the. I mean, mostly they're going to be using the token for the marketplace, from what I've understood.
Right.
But
And
it's
if
the
this is the
technology
highway, there's gonna be a
behind.
lot of people within the marketplace then.
Correct. It's not just about the token. It's about the technology that's connected to that token.
Right, right. And the technology could help bolster up that token.
Correct. And the AGI, they're using the AGI, that intelligence to plug into, which is that AGI technology and that token, which, because of the network effect, the amount of people that are going to be using it, the amount of companies that are going to be plugging into it, it's going to increase the token's value. And that is why, AGI is pretty much one of the biggest sleepers in cryptocurrency to
Right.
date.
Super undervalued. Like if we go and we take a look now, if we just go to let's go to CoinGecko really quick. So AGI right now, once this pulls up, we'll see. Ranked number 224, so it has a plenty of room to grow. Like I said, the reason why this caught my attention so much is because I never heard anybody talk about this except for you. You're like the one video on YouTube I saw, and I was like, wow. So ranked 229. The circulating supply is there's 904 million out, and it's capped at 1 billion. And right now, if you put $1,000 into AGI, you would have 44,000. $1,000 into AGI would get you 44,000 AGI tokens. So if you look at the chart, we're on the low. We're low. So the risk of going lower than this is like so. It's unlike either this project fails and we drop down even like sub pennies, or it starts to rally up with the other tokens and participates in the next bull run that comes.
Right, right. And the funny part is, this token is not going anywhere. I mean, I've seen the lowest at like a little over a penny, but they prop certain things in front of you. Like you'll hear about the Ocean Protocol, and they have all these partnerships with, like Daimler, Mercedes, and a couple other car companies. But if you understand what the Singularity is, you understand that those partnerships can't do anything without plugging in to the nervous system, which
Right.
is AGI. So where we're headed is to the Internet of Trusted Things. And that encompasses money moving in a different way. That encompasses our daily life moving in an entirely different way. Our communication will not be with just humans. It will also be with AI robots, AI assistants. We will be driving in driverless vehicles. This is why you see the Teslas of the world having autonomous settings. They were merely showing you where we're headed, but they have to gradually ease you into it. Because if they don't, you will be in utter shock. Cognitive dissonance is very real, and people don't like hearing the truth. But this is scary, but at the same time, we have to be ready to embrace it.
Definitely, yeah, because it's like you've said, like I've said, it's coming whether we like it or not. So you have to be prepared for it. At least have it on your radar. And I think that was my main goal with this video. I think the main goal with you as well is like not to shill anybody to buy AGI or anything like that, but just to let you know the technology that is within. There's a lot more technology within crypto than just Bitcoin. There's a lot more interesting things out there than just Bitcoin and even XRP or Link. There's some crazy stuff out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Bitcoin, the reason why Bitcoin was so important is because the technology that Bitcoin actually created in its infancy, it bred something deeper than just the Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
The technology was given life, called the blockchain. And with blockchain, you're able to interact with it in more ways than you ever thought you could. And this is why Dr. Ben Goertzel chose to combine artificial intelligence with blockchain, which would basically give it its own decentralized nervous system, so that all things can plug into it, which would make it more safer. But now how smart things become, we're going to have to just find out.
Definitely, definitely. Well, I know we are approaching up on making this video really, really long, even though I know there's a ton more things that we can go over. So I want to ask you guys, the viewers who are listening, let me know if you guys would like a part 2 on this. All you have to do is, like, you can just go in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought about this video. And if you want to have a part 2, just include in your comment part 2, or even just comment part 2. I want to thank you, Brando, from Bigger Than Race, for coming on here and explaining this to us and sharing with my subscribers. It's something I definitely want to share with them, but it's nice to have somebody else do it. You know, you've done your research on it. You can explain things a lot better. You're more familiar with everything, so I definitely got to thank you for coming on. And if you would let people know where they can reach you. I know you have a Twitter and a YouTube channel, but if you have anything else, feel free to plug it away, and I will leave everything linked in the description below.
Yeah, D, I appreciate you having me on the show. I think, you know, it's funny how the universe brings people together, because you were looking for me and I was looking for you, and it was like a match made in heaven, okay?
Right.
So it was actually a match made in the SingularityNET. So, but no, I just want to say, you know, if you guys are, you know, looking for, you know, deep dive material on other things than just, you know, cryptocurrencies that you normally hear, and also things of truth, you know, definitely come check out Bigger Than Race, and I'm sure something will pique your interest within that channel. And, you know, this is where we're headed. And they always say, you know, prepare for the future. But one thing you have to know is the future is now. And as I say on my channel, investigate truth on your own terms. Thank you. I want to thank you, Digital Investor, for having me on the show and introducing me to your audience. I hope that everybody finds the information valuable, and it just opens your mind up for what is to come.
Definitely, yeah. I'm more than happy to have you on. If they want a part 2, more than happy to have you on again. If you guys could like the video, and make sure you go and check out Brando and his work. Check out especially his YouTube videos. That's how I found him. That's how I learned about AGI, was through one of his YouTube videos. So go check out his videos, packed full of information. You won't be disappointed. With that said, again, if you guys like the video, make sure you actually drop it a like, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all on the next one. Thank you all so much for watching.